After one of the darkest chapters of his career, and one of the most infamous nights in sporting history, Mike Tyson disappeared from the ring, following his disqualification against Evander Holyfield in June 1997 and the subsequent revocation of his boxing license. Tyson was forced into another long layoff. It would almost be 19 months before Tyson would return to the ring. Now 32 years old, the once undisputed heavyweight king was stepping back into a landscape that had changed dramatically. The heavyweight division had moved on. Lennox Lewis reigned supreme. Holyfield remained a major force, and Tyson, once the most feared man in the sport, was now viewed as unpredictable and deeply flawed. But if Tyson had proven anything throughout his career, it was that he could never be fully counted out. The comeback began on January 16, 1999. Fight 49, Tyson versus Frans Botha, January 16, 1999. Mike Tyson's first opponent in nearly 2 years was South Africa's Frans Botha, a former IBF heavyweight champion. On paper, it was a fight Tyson was expected to win, but the reality was far more complicated. From the opening bell, Tyson looked sluggish and unsure. His timing was off, his footwork labored, and his combinations absent. Botha, known more for his toughness than elite skill, fought smart, using movement, jabs, and even occasional taunting to disrupt Tyson's rhythm. He repeatedly tied Tyson up in the clinch, frustrated him with short counters, and even began talking to him mid-fight. By round 4, Botha was ahead on the scorecards and had landed the cleaner punches. Tyson looked confused, increasingly desperate, and no longer the intimidator he once was. But in classic Tyson fashion, it only took one punch to turn everything around. In round 5, as Botha momentarily dropped his guard during a clinch break, Tyson unleashed a perfectly timed short right hand that landed flush on Botha's chin. The South African dropped instantly. Though he tried to rise, he was counted out by the referee. The fight ended in dramatic, almost cinematic fashion, a reminder that even a diminished Tyson still possessed the kind of raw power that could end a fight in a heartbeat. But the struggle leading up to the KO told a different story. One of ring rust, fading speed, and a man still trying to find his way back in a sport that no longer revolved around him. Fight 50, Norris, 23 October 1999. Mike Tyson's second fight of 1999, and the 50th of his professional career, was expected to be another step in his comeback trail. His opponent, Norris, was no pushover. A former WBA cruiserweight champion and veteran of over 50 professional fights, Norris was experienced, durable, and skilled. While past his peak, he was seen as a tricky test for Tyson at this stage of his career. Held at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, the bout was Tyson's second since returning from a 19-month absence. After a slow start in his January fight against Frans Botha, fans were eager to see if Tyson could put together a more composed performance. In the opening round, Tyson came out aggressively, throwing sharp jabs and trying to close the distance. Norris kept things tight and cautious, using movement and defense to weather the early storm. But just seconds after the bell rang to end round 1, Tyson threw a short left hook that landed and dropped Norris. The punch, thrown clearly after the bell, caused immediate controversy. Norris went down clutching his knee, claiming he injured it as he fell. Tyson returned to his corner, while Norris was treated by ringside doctors. After a few minutes of discussion and inspection, the bout was declared a no contest, as Norris was deemed unable to continue due to the post-bell foul. The incident frustrated fans and raised questions about Tyson's discipline and mindset. While Tyson apologized and claimed he didn't hear the bell, the controversy cast a shadow over what was meant to be a showcase of his renewed focus. Instead, the night ended with boos from the crowd and confusion over what would come next. Though it wasn't a loss, it was yet another night where Tyson failed to build sustained momentum in his post-prison career and left many wondering if the fire was still there.